Good afternoon to viewers. Welcome to the another episode of Psychologist Speak. And today I'm very fortunate to have three very senior practicing psychologists with me in the panel. And they will be talking on the topic on concentration because this is the often we are getting the call and my panelists are also getting the call. So we have shortlisted the questions which are frequently asked by the viewers from our population and try to help through my panelists to answer these questions. So first, let me introduce my panelists. So I have with me Professor Parmila Batra. She's former professor at psychology department of MD University. Welcome, ma'am. And she was a former dean of Faculty of Social Sciences, MD University, Rohtak. Then we have the second panelist with us, Dr. Harpreet Bhatia. She from Delhi University Psychology Department with us. And then we have the third panelist with us, Dr. Nimisha Kumar. Dr. Nimisha Kumar is from SGT University. Earlier, formerly she was in Jamia Millia University as a senior faculty member. So without wasting my time, and my viewers are more important, so I will be putting up the question to my panelists. Those questions which I'm going to ask, they have been asked by many people. So where we find the frequency of the question was very common. So we have just brought those questions today. Otherwise, we know that this panel can go on and on. Subsequently, definitely we will have some more panel on the same. I will request my panelists to come again for that. So first of all, my question will go to Dr. Nimisha. Dr. Nimisha, the viewers have asked the question which I'm just going to put in the words, in their language. Earlier, I used to do my tasks such as reading newspaper with full concentration. Now I'm finding it difficult to concentrate. Why does this happen with me? Dr. Nimisha.
Good afternoon, everybody. Anybody who's finding it difficult to read the newspaper would have to ask themselves that whether, there are other things also which are being affected in their daily routine. For example, you might generally be losing interest in the things that you might have been interested in earlier. So if this is happening, this might be one of the symptoms of depression or sadness, wherein anhedonia, which basically means that we lose interest in things that we usually found interesting. So that if that is the case, there is a separate intervention for this. Otherwise, if you are generally feeling stressed, or if you are feeling a sort of an information overload wherein you're not able to connect and engage with the newspaper or with generally any task that requires concentration or effort, you need to ask yourself whether you are sleeping well, whether you do feel a sense of stress, and whether you also do you feel anxiety and a sense of being overwhelmed. So if it is a case of stress, then you definitely need to de-stress yourself, practice a very healthy nutrition and exercise routine, sleeping well, 6 hours to 8 hours of sleep, and it will go away on its own. So it's really nothing to worry about. Also, if it is a sort of a sadness or a depression where you generally feel a lack of connection with your environment and you lose interest in usual things, then also you can talk to a counselor or a therapist, or you can just ask yourself what is it that is making you sad or anxious. And also I would like to mention that most people tend to compare themselves with other family members or younger members at times. So this is not the correct way. You should if you're comparing at all, you should compare yourself with earlier levels and with people of the same age as you are. And these kind of things, lack of concentration, do happen once in a while with everybody. So it's not really something to worry about.
Thank you, Dr. Nimisha. That's a good note that one should not, they should not be very worried. It's a maybe temporal phase. It will go. It happens with people with time. And the good strategy you have given. Now I will move to my other panelist, Professor Parmila Batra. Professor Parmila Batra, this question comes from the viewers. This is this coming from the basically the Bowman. She says the person says about his wife that his wife complains most of the time that he is not listening to her, not giving attention what she is saying. And generally she find him lost in his own thoughts. Is it a normal phenomenon, Professor Pramila Batra?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, sir. Yes, it is a very important question, and many women are frequently having this complaint. But yes, it is normal in a sense that it is nothing abnormal. Yes, of course, this is not a good symptom. Now, the reasons for this can be in the men, in the women, and in the scenario of both the men and the women, which are to be understood by both the men as well as the women. Now that the women is asking, first of all, she should look into herself. Is she instructing too much? Is she lecturing too much? Or is she trying to virtually eat up the head of her husband in a sense that she's a complaining kind of a person, she's a cribbing kind of a person, or I hope she's not demanding a little too much of the attention from the part of her husband because she has to realize that the husband is tired after coming back from his work, and everybody has a limited capacity of the attention. So this is about the women herself. I hope she is not the one who always talks negative, who thinks negative, who serves her husband the moment he comes with something very negative. So automatically the men will not even realize, but he will like to avoid her, and then he stops paying attention, and automatic deaf ear is turned towards the wife. Now it comes to men as well. It is very unfortunate that the men are working very nicely in their offices with their friends, and they sometimes take their wives too much for granted, and because of this limited capacity of the attention, the first and the foremost important person they can really ignore is their wife, because they are really safe and they know that this is not a relationship that they're going to lose. Men again has to also check that they have to be honest, they have to analyze and they have to see that, oh, they are not manifesting their power. But yes, genuinely also the men are highly occupied, as Nimisha was also saying, information overload, workload, it is too much of it, whereas the capacity is limited. The worries are just too much. So how do you think that they can listen to everybody? So therefore something has to be done in between. And yes, the solution is important, because if the wife starts feeling rejected, she will move away from her house. It is going to be a serious issue. Depression, irritation, anger, all the things can enter, and the marital life can be jeopardized. So we have to bring a check on it.
Thank you, Professor Pramila Batra. You have given a very balanced answer. And in another sense, I would say the answer is also showing how the relationship can be continued and can be further strengthened through your answer. Thank you. Now I will go to my next panelist, Dr. Harpreet, who is a faculty in Delhi University as well as doing a lot of counseling. Dr. Harpreet, straight I will put the question to you. The viewer is saying, lately I am not able to concentrate on my office work. I got distracted easily, very frequently, very easily. Please suggest me some way out to come from this. Dr.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. I'll taking it up actually from already what has been said. Difficulty in focusing attention is many times a sign of anxiety or stress. And I can understand in the present situation of the pandemic, the anxiety is there, but it's important to remember that there was life before the pandemic and there will be life after as well. So it's very important, first of all, to recognize why you're not being able to focus your attention, recognize that it is stress or anxiety, and find ways of dealing with that. So having a balanced diet, doing some exercises, that will help in dealing with anxiety. But coming specifically to focus, I think it has been mentioned that we'd have X amount of attention. And if we divide that attention onto too many things, naturally, we will not be able to focus on one single thing. So when you are working, it's very important that you focus just on that and remove all other distractions, whether it is inside you, that is anxiety and stress, or whether it is outside you in your environment. And especially because you're working at home, so I can understand there would be quite a few distractions at home. So it's important that one thing that will help you the most is make a to-do list for that day. And when you complete a particular task, strike it out boldly. that will act as a motivation for you to complete the next task and focus on that particular task. And the more you decide to complete your particular goals for that day, the more you will be able to focus for that. And one very important aspect that I would like to say is that please give yourself break. When we are at home, it happens as if we are working the whole day, 24/7. We are all in front of our laptop. That's something which we need to break and take some breaks in between. That will help when you come back. That will help you to focus more. That's what I would like to say. I hope that's helped.
Thank you. I think that this will be very helpful to my viewers and listeners to know. Now I will move to my next, again back to Dr. Nimisha. Nimisha, in this question, what I see that many people have asked this question on telephone counseling, and basically when they ask questions, it looks like they're begging to the psychologist. So here, take question that fashion and help them, my viewer, that my viewer are saying, my studies are suffering. I forget material very easily and find it difficult to attend to my lecture and classes. Please help me to overcome. Dr. Nimisha. Dr. Nimisha, am I clear?
Right, sir. Yes, sir.
Please go ahead.
So this is quite a common problem that students are facing these days. So rather than, blaming themselves or thinking that, I think they need, is happening with most students is that they are studying from home and they are having online lectures. So there might be an issue with privacy also and finding the right kind of space. In addition, a lot of students and young people are using more of social media these days. So again, the student needs to ask themselves whether they are tasking too much. Maybe they have a lot of things on their plate and they need to organize themselves better. They need to declutter physically as well as mentally, make use of notes and sticky notes and a lot of, alarm systems and reminders. Also, they need to focus on what are going on together. So be checking their messages and emails along with trying to attend to the lecture. So it is important to task at a time. Also, they need to recognize whether they are stressed due to any reason and to find out what their triggers for their stress are. Again, to follow a healthy lifestyle, set very smart targets, specific, measurable, achievable. So they should have things under their control and not feel overwhelmed, not feel anxious or worried about the future, because all these negative emotions have an impact on our memory and our ability to register and recall information. So it's not that there is something wrong with you, it is only that you need to contextualize the problem and find out an area of the house where you can study without any disturbance and focus on one thing at a time. Do not multitask and use mnemonics and note main points, rehearsal of the material that you have learned before every lecture, revise what you're trying to do, and I think the problem should be solved.
Thank you, Dr. Nimisha. I know the technology in between try to play its role, but anyways, I think still your message got reached to my viewers, I'm very sure, Now I will ask my next question to Professor Pramila Batra. Professor Pramila Batra, here is a question for you. I have become absent-minded. The viewer say, I forgot people names, important details like passwords easily. And it is very annoying. Please suggest some ways. What can I do? Professor Pramila Batra.
All right, sir. Because this absent-mindedness is often confused by many of my clients with Alzheimer's and dementia. I would also like to tell my viewers that they have to learn to make
these viewers are very young people. They are young people. Yeah.
All right. All right. So how Schachter has described absent-mindedness He says that it is your own conscious is not focusing upon that particular factor, knowingly or unknowingly. So your attention is not at the task which you are doing right now. Actually, it is somewhere else. Again, the cause is the same, which I have also mentioned. Nimisha and Madam Harpreet have also mentioned that we are over involved into too many of the activities. So therefore, all those things, they keep on getting mingled up with each other, and that's how we tend to forget. Actually, it is not a memory lapse, it is an attention lapse. Before they understand what they have to do, we have to realize that what kind of an attention lapse it is. What happens, I would like to explain it like this. You meet a person, your attention, or you are vigilant enough to process that who this person is and what his name or her name is. Second thing is, when you are meeting the person again, at that time, are you paying full attention to recall that? If not, see, this is not a memory lapse, this is your attention lapse. Now, why it is happening? Because of the overload, you have so many things together in your mind that you are trying to overuse your limited span of attention. Therefore, first of all, you need to clean your mind. All that cluttering information about him, her, this, that, all that is lying in your mind, that is to be cleaned, and you have to simplify your life. You have to simplify your life so that there are no over worries. I mean, moving from over worry to worry only, moving from distress to eustress, so that you can work in a better way, from being over ambitious and having anxiety to being only ambitious and living such kind of a balanced life. After this simplification, because it is the sensory load, you have to simply choose certain activities, that how much I want to perform in my life. So here also we need to simplify. Behavior modification can really help us. Just develop a simple habit of keeping the things at a right place. Just, your family can help you, but you have to exceed the request. They will tell you, go, pick up the book and keep it at its right place. You will just get up, go and keep it. So you will not be facing such kind of the problems. Some people recommend exercises also because they release good hormones, but it is better to use retrieval cues. Like, by retrieval cues, what do I mean? Suppose you are forgetting a password. You have to forget that, you have to now remember that where did I forget? Double A. Okay, all right. Double A pehle aata hai. Something of this kind. As you have to use the mnemonics and the retrieval cues, they help you. You have to really train your brain here. Mindfulness can help you a lot because you will become relatively calm. With your permission, I would like to give the last technique to you people. This is not written in the books, but I have tried it with 7 of my own clients. It is very simple. You forget that you are absent. That's the most important thing. If I forget that I have started forgetting, I remain cool. So I'm able to let go this fact. And this is going to spread this effect. As a result, I'm going to learn let go. I'll be cool. And that's how I will not be facing these attention lapses.
Thank you, Professor Pramila Batra. And आपने ठीक कहा उधर कि ऐसा don't take the absent-minded as a kind of something, you know. You have the capacity, you have the ability, competency, quality आपके अंदर है, आप ला सकते हैं. उन्हीं चीजों को आप correlate करके देखिए, जिसको भूल रहे हैं, correlate करके देखिए. जब आप correlate करके देखेंगे तो आपको उसके अंदर से उसके connection से things will return back. Now I will go to my panelist, Dr. Harpreet again. Dr. Harpreet, here's a question. I forget my material, learned easily, and have to spend too much time on relearning, rehearsal again that material. पहले ऐसा नहीं होता था मेरे साथ. एक बार कर लिया याद आता. अब मुझे बार-बार rehearsal करना पड़ता है. जैसे, can you suggest me some means or methods by which I can improve my learning and recall, Dr. Harpreet?
Okay, I presume that this is a situation which is happening only recently, because that's what you've said. So again, I would say that this is a changed circumstances in which you are learning. You're probably learning online, or there is some classes that your teachers are taking online, and it's a very different situation probably which you have never experienced earlier. So naturally, trying to get used to a new situation does take a lot of time and attention. That same attention that you would have been giving to your studies if you were going to class is now being spent also on the technology and the way in which the lessons are being given to you. So that besides that, I think also the fact that you are at home, again, I would reiterate that because you are at home, there are lots and lots of distracting things. Probably your brother is watching TV, or your parents are listening to some music. So there are a lot of things which are distracting you at that point of time. So see what are the things that are distracting you and try to reduce them to the minimum. Whatever you can reduce, if you can find a space just for yourself where you can study and concentrate, that would help you to a large extent. One other thing that you can do is understand your circadian rhythms. A circadian rhythm means that for each one of us, we have a different time at which we work the best. Some people are able to absorb the material much better if they study in the morning, and the others if they are doing it at late at night. So understand when is the time that you learn the best. Break the material into smaller bits, learn that material, recall that material, and then move on to the next material. And of course, the fact that a healthy body has a healthy mind. Please take care of your body as well. Eat healthy, do some exercises, and relax.
Thank you, Dr. Harpreet. Nimisha, I'm going quickly because I'm running short of time. Please take less time to answering, but it's a very important question. I remember past events, even childhood memories very vividly, but no, find it difficult to remember the new information. I'm difficult to recall the new information. What is the reason for this and how to manage this? Be short.
Right. So I'm presuming that this is an elderly person or a senior citizen, or it might be an older adult. So basically there is a difference between long-term memory and short-term memory. So what happens, the events which are now part of our long-term memory, procedural memory, we remember them very well. But because of the normal age-related decline and cognitive changes, we find it difficult to remember new information because that goes into the short-term memory, and there is a phenomena called use it or lose it. So the things which we keep rehearsing and we keep using and again go into our long-term memory. Other things which are part of just newly learned material has the tendency to just disappear if we don't focus on it, if we don't rehearse it. So there are various strategies which one can follow. Like if it is an elderly person, they can note things down, they can keep reminders and alarms for various things. And they can also practice a lot of mental exercising, organizing of material, and decluttering. So basically it is, again, if it is not related to a dementia or a cognitive disease, then it is part of the normal aging process to find it difficult to remember new information.
Thank you. Professor Pramila Bhattad से question, ये क्वेश्चन बहुत लोगों ने पूछा, लार्जली जो हाउस वाइफ ने, होम मेकर से पूछा क्वेश्चन कि हमने किचन में कुछ बनाने के लिए रखा और गैस ऑन कर दी, दूसरे कमरे में आके भूल गए उसको बंद करने के लिए और जल गया। जी लास्ट एक मंथ में ऐसा बहुत कुछ हो रहा है। क्या ऐसा कि मेरा अपने माइंड के ऊपर कंट्रोल खत्म हो गया क्या?
वेरी नाइस क्वेश्चन। पहले तो मैं हाउसवाइफ्स को ये बताऊं कि ये सिर्फ उनका प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, ये प्रॉब्लम जो है ये वर्किंग वुमेन का भी है, उनका बहुत ज्यादा होता है बिकॉज ऑफ द रीजन दैट दे आर आल्सो मल्टीटास्कर्स, overloaded, and they want to save time, so they do many things together. So same thing happens to the housewife as well. When she keeps the things, suppose there's something lying on the gas, she finds it difficult with the aging, with standing capabilities reducing, fatigue increasing, she doesn't want to stay in the kitchen, and that's genuine also. But where the problem comes is that what kind of activity you are taking up when you have left something undone yet or incomplete in the kitchen. If you go and involve yourself into your phone, suppose you start talking, gossiping with some friend, you tend to forget. You are on your WhatsApp, you start reading an interesting incident or a story, you tend to forget. So the only tip to this is that involve yourself into an activity in which lesser attention is required. Remember that our span of attention is limited. Affirmations can help you when you leave the kitchen. अच्छा, मैं डस्टिंग कर रही हूँ, इस विंडो की डस्टिंग करके I will go back to the kitchen. It is a cue reminder, and then you go back, and that's how you can help yourself. Remain relaxed, and if you are finding no time to get relaxed, just do the deep breathing with a smile on your face and positive thinking. that much is enough. Nothing wrong is happening to you. Please don't worry.
It's a common, not be scared.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Harpreet, there's a
Yes.
question for you, Question is like this, व्यूअर कह रहा है अभी रिसेंटली के अंदर मुझे अपना थॉट के ऊपर कंट्रोल कम हो गया, मुझे लगता है थॉट पर कंट्रोल कम है, उसका ये डर नहीं, उसका डर है क्या ये ऐसे ही कंटिन्यू रहेगा?
It won't. No, sir, it won't. Particularly, sorry.
Let Dr. Harpreet your intervention here.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I will also want to say the same thing, that it definitely, if it is just happening during this present time, then I don't think that's a problem that you need to be worried about. I think from what I can understand is when you say lots of losing control means too many thoughts are coming at the same time. That is my presumption, that too many thoughts are related to various events that are happening around you. And I think the requirement for you over here probably is some sort of relaxation, any kind of time off for yourself, so that you can look after yourself also. And different people have different ways of relaxing. You can find your own ways. You can listen to music, work at your hobby, or do some kind of meditation or yoga. And like it was said earlier also, a healthy body and a healthy mind go together.
Thank you, Dr. Harpreet. No, I'm running short of almost my time is over, but still, I can dig 60 seconds for each one of you. And I first ask Professor Pramila Batra, can you give any two advices to the young student how to maintain their concentration?
Sure. The first thing is that what kind of the activity and how frequent, what is the frequency of the activity which they choose for themselves during the rest pause which they take for their studies. It has to be an activity which is rejuvenating, number one. Second, it has to be an activity which is not over engrossing them. Third, it does not create any kind of the emotional arousal.
Thank you. Dr. Harpreet, any two advices to the middle-aged people for concentration?
Yes. I think the one most important aspect is to take a break from screen time. Keep yourself away from laptops and phones for at least small time, so that it gives you a break and you are able to go back to your work with full concentration. And the second thing that I would like to say is that when you are at home, please don't work 24/7. Remember that even when you were going to the office, you went at a particular time and came back at a particular time. So give that time to yourself.
So Dr. Namisha, two advices would you like to give to the senior citizen on concentration, because they have a lot of questions on that.
Right, sir. So first advice is follow a healthy lifestyle, which would have good nutrition, sleep, and exercise. And second thing is please declutter, organize yourself better, and de-stress yourself. And if the problem persists, please get a checkup done.
Thank you, my panelists. You have given a lot of information. I'm sure this will be very beneficial to my viewers and listeners. But I'm sorry, in between I have to stop you somewhere because time by the limitation. And still we can continue one or two more panel discussion. But I'm of the opinion our panel discussion should not go more than 30-32 minutes, because that's easy for the viewer to concentrate. I don't want to make a panel discussion 2 hours long. People feel fatigued. So my viewers, we promise, I'm promising on behalf of my all three panelists, they will be available to us in the future also. Shortly, I will try to organize again panel discussion. I need their help. Without their contribution, I don't think me or my panelists can do anything. But viewers, if you have any question, you can write me. You can write to my panelists. You have been calling us, sending us the information also time to time. Feel free. Or you can put, when you see the YouTube channel, subscribe the channel, tell your friends also to subscribe the channel. And at the end, there's a comment box. Please, in the comment box, try to give the comments what you want from us, back from us. So accordingly, I will request my panel, I will share with them, and we will again venture in this area. Here I will stop, and here I will say thanks to all my panelists. Have a great day ahead, and bye-bye to all of you.
Thank you.
See you again sometime.
It was a pleasure.
Bye.
Pleasure.